Hey guys, so I just wanted to talk a little bit about, and Erik might come through too, to talk about this, but I just wanted to talk about this loop. There's multiple, but a loop that we've trapped ourselves in, and it has to do with our thinking. So what's interesting is there's a lot of fear going on in the world about, if we go into a universal system or a globalized system in any way, we're going to be run by one kind of energy or entity or power. And everyone's like, we don't want that. We don't want that. We need to make sure that we don't. That's part of the fear program, false evidence appearing real programming that we created. It's a program that we created in order to be able to experience all this. And the thing is that many haven't clicked in and realized we're already being controlled by one energy, and that is ego. Now, ego is something that we also created in order to be able to do all this. So it's not that it's bad, but we are already playing a scenario where we're being controlled. Everyone's being controlled because, first of all, we have our own ego, and then we push that out, and then it's reflected back at us. And so, because we're mirrors, right? So you've got you're standing here, you've got one mirror here, and you've got one mirror here, and it's constantly in reflection, or in a mirror here and a mirror here. You're surrounded by mirrors, and it's constant reflection of each other. So when you're having when your ego, or when the ego's thoughts come in, we project it outward, and it's reflected back at us. And just think about every single human doing that to each other, doing that, and then projecting their ego out to their mirror and having it reflected back. We're literally trapped in these loops that our ego has put us in, which we created. These are our traps that we've put in ourselves, these loops that we've put in ourselves, which is why they're saying the time for looking at others to solve issues is over, because that's ego. You have to look within yourself. And I'm noticing more and more, the more you come into your full awareness and abilities, the more you ascend, the more New Earth comes online, the more you vibrate faster, whatever words you want to put on it, because words are it's words. It's human ways of communicating that we're breaking out of. Telepathy is coming back online. It always was online, but it's coming online stronger and for everyone. We're going to get there with where it's online for everyone. So reality is created as fast as thought. And I'm actually seeing that more and more. I went for 2 situations that just happened the past few days. I went to go for a walk in my new romper thingy that I bought. And I'd had a thought about basically my butt and how I didn't like it, how it didn't look good on me, how it didn't look good. And really, shush. I know, I need to not worry about the noise. I'm working on it. But I checked myself out before I left my place just to make sure that the outfit was sitting right. And I remember thinking to myself about how I didn't like how my butt looked in it. Ding. And this is why I'm getting the ding, because if I had done the energy and thought work, what happened during my walk probably might not have. I have a feeling it wouldn't have happened, which is why the ding came in, because it wouldn't have happened if I'd done the thought work, at least in that now. It might still come at me because the insecurities are still there. But I'd had the thought about my body, about my butt, and then I went for a walk. I didn't do the thought and energy work. I just let it pass through, and I just kept going. On my way back from my walk, there was 2 little girls playing out front. One always says hi to me. The other one, I could hear yelled something about big booty. And I just had a feeling right away. I was like, it's directed toward me. So as I'm passing by them, the one little girl that always says hi to me comes up to me. She's like, I'm so sorry about my friend saying that. She didn't mean it. She just really likes the phrase, something with big booty in it. I don't know. And then her friend comes up and she's just like, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. I was just joking. And I said something about it's okay and we need to be able to laugh at ourselves or something. And right away, I knew if I had done the thought and energy work, because she was my mirror. She is my mirror and she's playing a role for me. She's my reflection. If had I done the thought and energy work before I left my place, there's a good chance that she would not have said what she said, because my shit needed to be surfaced in order for me to acknowledge it, give it to my team so it can get swept away. They can dissolve it into light and insert truth. And then I project that truth outwards, and then that truth would have been projected at me, which is someone coming up to me saying how adorable my outfit looks on me, or some sort of compliment, or I wouldn't have gotten an insult or made fun of in any way at all. And then even just yesterday, I was busing to my friend's place, and I'd had the thought on the bus about I was going to voice message her or somebody else. And it wasn't, it was one of those, it was a message that if someone else heard it, not a big deal, not personal, private. But then I didn't do it because I'm like, there's other people on the bus. I don't want to be rude. I don't want to disturb their peace. Like, it's really quiet and peaceful. I'm just not going to, I'll just text. Seconds later, after I had that thought, a dude gets on the bus and he's talking on his cell phone so loud. The entire bus could hear. It was echoing through, like you could hear everything. He was talking so loud, like normal, in fact, louder than normal voice. And I remember immediately starting to feel annoyed. And I knew right away, like, well, actually, no, I lied. Hang on. I got myself mixed up. Immediately, as soon as he got on the bus and I saw he was talking on his phone, I was like, it's because I just had that thought about not speaking out loud on my phone because I don't want to disturb the peace of others. And then seconds later, this dude gets on the phone talking extremely loud on his phone. Really? There are no such thing as coincidences. It's only synchronicities. So he's sitting there, and at first I'm smiling and laughing a little bit, but then I start to get annoyed because this dude just goes straight to the back and he's just talking so loud. Like, the whole bus is so peaceful and quiet. No one's making a noise, and this dude's just so loud on his phone. And I just was doing the energy and thought work. I was just saying, I create my reality. This is my reflection. And then I was giving any thought and feeling that didn't feel good to my team. This is annoying, and this is why it's annoying. I'm thinking this way because I'm feeling this way. And then eventually, eventually, I chilled out about it. Because I wasn't wanting to snap, but I was definitely feeling annoyance. At the same time, I was very much recognizing this is my reflection, and he's just playing out what I'm insecure to play out about. And then eventually, I don't even remember when he stopped talking. But all I know is at one point I must have just phased out. I did the thought and energy work, which chilled me out, and all I remember is at one point it was just really quiet. It was just peaceful and quiet, and there wasn't a noise. And I was like, the moment I let it go and I stopped focusing on it, the moment he got quiet. The moment I let it all go, I gave the thought and energy work to my team, and they literally, it was a couple minutes, and all of a sudden I realized it was quiet. We create our reality as fast as thought. Everything that we go through, we have signed up and asked for in some way, whether we've contracted it in before we come in here, or because there's something within us that we've projected outward and now it's coming back at us. Hang on. It's, and everything works for us, not against us. And it works out in really interesting, unexpected ways. A friend of mine, she's been calling me, like she calls me, we chat a little bit every day. And she's been mentioning Stranger Things because her dad's watching it, currently watching it. And so that was brought onto my radar. And then I found out that the new season of Stranger Things is coming out on Friday. Now the thing is I don't really indulge in stuff that has like really scary stuff in it, scary things, or like dense stuff in it. I like to really stick with more lighthearted things, just because it's higher vibrational, and that's where I'm at now. At the same time, there's a few shows that I'm like, I've already seen like most of it, and I want to see how it ends, and Stranger Things is one of them. There's also a good reason though why I know I'm watching it, because there are synchronicities to this with reality when you take away the fear program, which is what I'm going to talk about. With Stranger Things, first of all, parallels, pair of L's. There's that song, paradise. I've heard it my one friend and I, we've heard it and we sing it. Pair of, paravels, parallel. 11, L, parallel worlds, parallel lives. And the thing is Erik had pointed out that when you go into the upside down, that is all God. It's just with darkness cloaked over it. And so then he's saying, which is really it's really a reflection of what we're in within this. You know, it seems so dark and dense and scary. Even Will said it's like home, but it's cold and dark. And that, or something like that. He's like, it's like home, but it's like cold and dark, or something like that. Exactly. But this is just like home, but we've perceived it as cold and dark. So imagine taking everything in the upside down and actually seeing it with God's light. And it's all God's light. You know, when Will is purging out that darkness, you know, Erik, through a friend of mine yesterday, said to me, like, let all that go. Do the same thing in whatever way that you know you're able to. Purge that out and let it go. And then he also said, but then at the same time, look at that without the fear programming, and look at that as, again, God's light without the darkness cloaked over it. And when you're, and then flipping that side, instead of a purge, it's projecting God's light out, and it's reflected back at us. It's all perception. Everything is positive light. It can't not be. The darkness, duality, chaos, separation, ego, judgment, those are tools that we created in order to experience ourselves in infinite various ways. It's not bad. It's just we choose to view it as bad. And then that's projected out and it comes back at us. Again, thinking, the way we think is so important. Which is, I can feel Erik coming through. Because then it circles around too, because I even questioned this morning. There is a shooting in Texas. And again, I want to be sensitive. I'm struggling with this one too. Things like this is where I still struggle a bit. I know we create our reality, but when it starts to go on a mass scale, that's when I start to be like, okay, but Erik, look at that. You know, I'm nowhere near Texas, and that just happened. I don't watch the news. I don't and so I'm like, how did I create this? And again, I'm getting mirrors and loops, and it's on grand scales that we don't realize yet, but we're remembering. We like to have something to fight for. We all like being a hero, and we all like being a victim, and there's nothing wrong with that as long as we embrace it. I wrote that yesterday. Actually, he had me write that in one of my posts. I think it was yesterday. We all like playing hero, and we all like playing victim, and it's okay to embrace that as long as we recognize that that's what it is. Now, this is where he's going to come in. He's going to talk about this because it is more sensitive. So I'm going to let Erik come through, and he's going to talk about it. One sec. And that's funny. I paused it at 13 minutes and 33 seconds. I didn't realize that I did that until I hit the pause and I looked at the time, what time I paused it at. 3:33. There we go. So, all right, I'm going to let Erik come through. He's probably not going to stay long. I think he just wants to speak a little bit on the grander scale of this. And yeah, okay. What's up, guys? What's up? How y'all doing? Oh, a little bit of interesting times going on right now for you guys, eh? Yeah, man. Guys, we recognize how difficult this can be to navigate through. We get it, especially when you're still stuck within certain layers of oblivion and amnesia. Not that you're actually stuck, but again, navigating through. It's difficult, dude. It can be really fucking hard. I get it. At the same time, with where you guys are at, you're ready to start hearing how you create your reality. And that includes what you guys perceive as really big tragic events. There's always a bigger reason for it, and it's always beautiful in the sense that it's part of this big plan that's helping you all wake up and remember, and you're all walking each other home. Remember that anyone, including current situations that you view as an attacker or bad or wrong or evil, you're viewing that about yourself. You're judging, you're making those judgments towards yourself. Because you really are, you're looking at your mirror. It's being reflected. Whatever's within you is being reflected back at you. And when it comes to global tragic events or bigger tragic events, what you would deem as tragic, perceive as tragic, label as tragic, those are tower moments for the collective that are really important, and they help shake and wake people up. It's all happening for good reason. You guys contracted in to go through that before you came in here. Free will, guys. Free will. It's all free will. No one's being forced to do anything. And it's false evidence appearing real, telling you anything else. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But it's just a matter of fucking being aware. Embracing that fact, knowing that that's what it is, knowing that it's not that it's bad, but being aware of it and working on it and working on zooming out and seeing the bigger picture. These are your family, man. It's your family, close family. And the thing is, it's your family that you've asked to play these roles with, and they agreed because they love you so fucking much. That's for anything and everything that's going on in the world, guys. Everything. It can be a hard pill to swallow. I fucking get it. But the thing is, you guys are smart and you're ready to start accepting it, or we wouldn't be talking like this. And more people are talking like this too. You guys are going to notice, and many of you are probably already seeing it, that more people are waking up to this. You create your reality, guys. It's as fast as thought. You guys have been stuck in these loops that you've created yourselves. But you're ready to break out of them. And the only way to break out of them is to accept the fact that you do create your reality, and it happens as fast as thought. Which is why we say it's such strong energetic telepathic work. Because you guys are all connected in oneness, you share the same consciousness, and you're all mirrors of each other. You have to focus in on yourself. It's been how many years and lifetimes for you guys as humans where you've tried sitting there and pointing and blame at everyone else and others, and saying this person's bad, this person's wrong, this person needs to be fixed. Start focusing on you and your shit, and then the rest changes outward. Peace comes within first, and then it flows out. It's not peace with the outwards, and then you find it within yourself. You'll always be able to find a problem if you do it that way. Always. You create your reality. You find your peace within, then that's projected outward, and then that's reflected back at you. This is how reality actually works. And there's been several humans throughout human history, if you want to use those words, whatever you want to do, air quotes. There's been multiple humans throughout history that have pointed these things out. This stuff's not new. It's happened since ancient times up until even more so now. Not more so from ancient times. Ancient times not linear. You guys know I'm talking about semantics to help you guys explain to help you guys understand. But there's this full remembrance coming back on. Tesla. You guys, more and more humans are clicking into who and what Tesla was. Einstein. Chantal's mentioned it recently. There was just someone else just posted, one of her friends just posted this on Facebook too, about how Einstein fucking talked about how this is how reality is vibration. You just need to tune into the right frequency. This shit's not new, guys. It's just that people haven't realized, and it has felt to many humans like it just feels wish-washy and oh yeah, just sure, law of attraction, whatever. Because it's so much thought and energy work. Humans are used to doing physical work where you have a piece of paper. Chantal's talked about this, how it's hard because it's not like she's got paperwork so you can go to her boss and say, here, check this out, did I do a good job? It's all thought work, and you have to trust yourself. But the thing is, though, the more you do this work, the more you actually see the benefits of it, and then you know that you're doing it, right? It's just patience. Robin's kicking in with Aladdin patience, Iago patience. It just takes patience, and one now at a time, and it melts away in layers. Everyone wants to play hero or victim, and that's okay. That's part of the tool of duality that we've used, the part of the tool of separation and chaos. But you guys are coming back to remembering what this all actually is, and you're now getting to a point where you can start using the tool of duality and separation within peace and love. The more you work on yourself, the less that you're going to start seeing this stuff happening. And the thing is, if you do see this stuff happening, embrace it for what it is. It's a tower moment for the collective. And zoom out. Don't judge it as bad or good. It is what it is. Neutrality. You go from passion and anger and judgment to neutrality, empathy, compassion. It doesn't affect you personally. You're able to be compassionate about it, but it doesn't affect you personally. It's not going to stress you out. It's not going to scare you. It's not going to make you feel bad. You'll feel very neutral about it, very calm, very compassionate, very empathetic. It's not a passive acceptance onto what's real and you need to fix it. It's accepting what's real versus what's illusion. Got curious as to what's going on out there. Chantal just kind of popped up for a second. I'm just like, you're okay. We're good. Ignore it. Hang on. I'm just going to breathe for a sec. Okay. It's becoming aware of what's real versus what's illusion and what's ego. And working through that. You find your peace within yourself and it's projected outward. And you get to a point where, again, you're not going to be affected in a way that feels dense anymore. And it's really fucking cool and beautiful, and everyone's going to get there. Everyone's going to get there. No one gets left behind, guys. Remember, no one gets left behind. So when you see these things happening, it can very much make humans question what the fuck's actually going on. Is this ascension shit real? How the fuck is over 7 billion fucking people going to get there, especially when there's this other shit going on? You just do, because the more you do your own work, the more you see it. And then when others see that, they start doing it. And again, the external is the internal projected outward. So the more you do your inner work and become at peace within yourself, the more you're going to see that peace outward, because you project that out and then you see it reflected back at you. Everything and everyone is your mirror. No exceptions. So, tower moments, guys. Tower moments for the collective. It's all really important. Try not to judge it. It can be difficult. It can be fucking difficult not to judge, but try not to. Try not to judge. Try not to judge, okay? And then if you do, it's like I always say, if you do catch yourself judging, try not to judge yourself when judging. Just be aware of it and work on it, right? Everyone that went through what just happened in Texas, they all signed up for it, contracted in. They all signed up for it, and the collective agreed to witness it together. And that's just it. Everyone that went through that in Texas, they're all pieces of you that did it too, including the ones that actually did it. So remember that if you're judging them, you're judging yourself. It's a role that they agreed to play for the collective, to help shake the collective up and continue waking them up. So if anything, I know this part's going to be hard to hear, guys, but dudes, we got to send them thanks. Embrace how you feel. Embrace if you're feeling shitty towards any of that, that's okay. Embrace how you feel, but then work around circular energy and thought and energy work and appreciation work, because they played a hard role. Those roles aren't hard to those roles aren't easy to play. Those roles aren't easy to play. There's a lot of density that you have to bring yourself through in order to do that, and it's not easy. It's not easy. So, and it's important for the collective. These are important tower moments. We're getting to a point where we don't need them anymore because everyone's remembering. But until everyone does remember, we need the tower moments. They're very important. They're very important. So zoom out to look at them for what they are. Okay? All right, you guys got this. I love you all very much. Remember, you are stuck in your own loop that you've created. Loops, loops, loops. You're stuck in multiple loops that you guys have created, but you're becoming aware, and you're able to break yourself out by doing the thought and energy work. Fucking A. So, all right, I'm going to let Chantal come back. And yeah, I just love you all very much. One now at a time. Work on being aware. Work on the not judging. And again, if you judge, work on not judging yourself for judging. Just be aware, guys. It's all about being aware and doing the thought and energy work. And accepting. Accepting you create your reality no matter what it is. Fast as thought, guys. It happens as fast as thought. Just like home. You are part of home. There's no separation. You are home. So remember that. You are home. It's as fast as thought. All right? All right, you guys got this. I love you all. And as always, peace in. Peace in. Peace within. All right, guys? Peace within. And then it goes peace out. Peace within and then peace out. And it's reflected back at you. All right? So, peace in. Love you all. Peace. Hi. Ooh, I don't really know. I can't really hold on to anything of what he was saying. There's almost no memory there. I do know, and this is why I've been put in situations with noise. A living situation where there's constant banging. I had to go and find a place to try and find outside where there really wasn't quiet the other day. Banging, I noticed, I do know that I started to come back up when the banging out there happened, but this is why they've been putting me through that training. And that's just it. It's my own loop that I've been caught into. So it's training for myself to help me, but it's also my own loop that I've been caught in. I get annoyed by outside noise. I like my peace and quiet, and so it's still an issue for me. So that stuff is going to keep happening until I chill out with it and I don't care anymore. I'm neutral about it. And then it'll be either it stops completely, or if it does happen, it won't bother me and it'll all be good. And it's really relieving, actually, guys, to surrender this stuff and not be worried and upset and stressed over anything. Can you think about that? Imagine what that feels like to have no stress, no worry, no anxiety, no feeling of something bad is happening or going to happen. The relief, oh my God. It's amazing. And again, the thing is, it's hard to accept until you start actually seeing it, which is again where I'm coming from. For me, it's coming from a place of experience. I've been there even with the whole, law of attraction. I mean, I get it, but whatever, it is what it is. We create our reality, okay. No, I'm seeing now how true it is. It's true. We do, and it's as fast as thought. I still have a little bit of resistance, but I'm getting it. I'm finally getting it. I create my reality, and it is as fast as thought. And I don't want to be stuck in these loops anymore. So I'm unstucking myself. So, all right. Anyway, I think that's enough for now. One now at a time, guys. Embrace how you're feeling. Embrace how you have to. You have to embrace how you feel. You can't just avoid it. That's avoidance. That is avoidance. We don't do avoidance. You can't avoid it. You have to embrace how you feel. You have to. And emotions are data. Emotions ping you into realizing that you're having a thought. That's part of the illusion and part of ego. And so then that allows you to do the thought and energy work to help you break out of that. That's all emotions are. It's data. It's a ping of, oh, I'm having a thought. That's part of the illusion and ego. So let's do the work and sweep it away to keep breaking me out. That's all emotions are. So work on embracing them, breathing through them, not reacting to them when they're not feeling good. You know, if you're excited or happy or feeling love and if you want to laugh, embrace all that too and go with it. That and hold on to that. Hold on to the happiness and the feel good. But the density, embrace it and feel it and embrace it. But then work on being aware of it. Why am I having this feeling? What thought is coming along with it? Give that to your team. Let them sweep it away. And then do the appreciation work and send the love and the thanks. And then work on the self-love. The only way out is through. You have to face it. You have to. The only way out is through. All right? You guys got this. We got this. Big shifts. Big shifts have been happening. The energies the past few days have been crazy, and everyone that I've talked to and my Facebook has just been, words like insane with the similarities of people, just the struggling they're going through, how they're feeling, the glitching that's been going out. But the thing is the blast up that we're about to get from that, and I can already feel like yesterday started feeling better. Yesterday was a bit of a purging day, but emotionally I was already feeling better, and even like I can feel like we just had a blast up. We just went through another shift. And we're going to keep going through shifts, but this one was another big one, and I'm very appreciative of it. So, all right, we got this, guys, one now at a time. Remember, I'm right there with you. These are all lessons and reminders for myself too. I get it. This stuff isn't necessarily easy, but it gets easier. And again, it's perception that it's not easy, but we're working on it, and it does get easier. As each layer melts away, it gets easier, I promise. Again, this is coming from someone just 2 years ago, nowhere near where I am now. And I struggled seeing this stuff, and I was just like, and I rejected, and I'd get angry at times hearing some of this stuff. Like, no, I want nothing to do with that. This stuff is bad. No, it's not bad. It's my reflection, and it's a loved one playing a role. And I can see that more and more. Even when I'm going out in the world, it's a little bit harder, but I am seeing it even when I'm out in the world. I'm like, you're my family. You're my family, and you just don't remember. And the avatar I'm looking at is just a cloak that you're wearing. Namaste. I see the light in you. It's namaste? It's like the light in me sees the light in you or something like that. Yeah. It's beautiful. So remember everyone for who they truly are, because that helps you remember who you truly are. Love. All right. I love you guys. And as always, have a wonderful now.